Nicki, hello.
Hi,
Good
how
to
are you?
see you.
Yes, David,
really,
hi.
really nice to see you. What a great antique centre.
It's a great space. It's
Oh.
great. It's really come of old, basically, from what it was before. But
It's, and you've got a space here?
I have a cabinet just down this corridor. Do you
All
want to
right,
come and see
I
it?
do. I do. Do you know why?
So-
'Cause I'm always fascinated in looking at people's taste.
Oh, okay.
Because no, get worried here. We're not going to judge you.
No.
But
no.
antique dealers all have their own distinct
Absolutely.
taste,
They all have
don't
their own
they?
taste, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so let's have a look at what
Yes.
you like, because you will buy things that you would have at home, wouldn't you?
I do. Yes.
Exactly.
It's just down here, and so this is my cabinet here.
Oh,
my cabinet.
let's open up.
And my cabinet has evolved from my relatives passing on, and so I have lots of memorabilia from their time,
Oh,
and
yes,
finding
yes.
nice bits and pieces. So
Lovely.
things from the top here, from old-fashioned large Denby, which
Yeah.
everybody seems to want, and then in a former life when you could have servants giving you your breakfast and devil kidneys.
What, you mean you don't have servants?
I don't have. I'm the servant.
Dreadful. Okay.
Yes, so interesting bits and pieces, and collected from other places as well.
So yeah, royal memorabilia there, commemorative
Yes,
pieces.
this is very interesting. That was quite a find.
Robbie
I've
Burns.
got Robbie Burns.
What's the story there?
Well, it was in a whole lot of different things. I think I got from Lawrence's at Crewkern in a box, and it was one that was in a different frame, and it was just very nondescript. And then it was something else, and then this I found on the back of the previous picture frame and mount. So I then sort of unearthed it and did some rather crucial research, which is actually the best bit of this.
Well, that's the fun bit, isn't it? The
the fun bit.
researching is great
Exactly.
fun.
It's
So
really great
tell me
fun.
about it.
So I found out that this similar portrait is in the National Portrait Gallery in Glasgow.
Right.
And Tom McKay hasn't got a great presence, but if you read the little spiel here, he died in 1916. But obviously this is great interest for people who, a great Robbie Burns
Yes.
sort of follow on. So I did a bit of research into it and found it. I haven't actually let it go, but now I've realised I need to let other people enjoy it. So that's really why it's in my cabinet. But at some point,
Tell me why you love the research so much.
because it's just, you find so much about something or a subject that you had no idea you had before, and the relevance for the dates or for family connections, or the relevance to history. And what is amazing is in this Antiques on High in Taunton, in our Silver Street site, everything is different. Everybody here has different things. We're all of a similar type of person, but we all have completely every single item is different in everyone's cabinet,
Yeah.
which is quite extraordinary, really. So mine is, a mixture of things, but it's fun. And then I recycle them and bring other stuff in here. So this was quite fun. This was this is amazing. This is like a studio pottery, and it's Japanese, but it hasn't been marked. But when it's a rice bowl and plate, and just very unusual.
Isn't that lovely?
And different colours, because normally you'll see white or a very white bone colour. But that was just incredible for me to find out, and that I priced it. Luckily we have the internet, so that I know roughly that it was a studio piece, and it was almost like learning your trade. And I don't know, turn of the century, but it's rather fun.
And you found that where?
Just in a junk shop, and charity shops are good as well. And these are beautiful. They've never been used. This is very fine. These are Spode, and I don't have very high prices, but it's beautiful, like little coffee cans.
And where did you find those?
I found those again in another rummaging through box lots. Sometimes I go to car boots, but you can find things that are black. You can find things that are all grubby, and nobody really. So giving them a clean up and finding out.
Can I just have a quick look at that? Because
Yes.
that's really quite sweet.
It's very sweet. I've got two. I've had another one, but sadly when I was cleaning it, I broke the rim of one. So I actually have three. But it's beautiful, and
Isn't that
it's got
lovely?
the gold on. It's very fine.
But I think
They're
you're right, it's
unsigned.
probably never been used.
Yes,
So,
well, I realised, because I see a lot of. I do love China, and so I was looking, and
Isn't that lovely? So never been used, marked England, so what's that?
Yes.
After 1892,
Yes,
before the
exactly.
end of the First World
Yes.
War. So
interestingly,
there's your date.
my stuff in here, the things that I've sold since I've been here at the end of October, have been a Victorian lady's embroidery purse, some fantastic, beautiful candlesticks that I got again in a job lot, which were from when the Americans went in to help rebuild Japan
Yes.
in 1945, 46. So they were the Nippon one, but they were beautifully painted and gold rim, and they've gone. So people love the candlesticks at the moment. That one's the only one I have.
Yeah, candlesticks are actually, candles are very popular
They're
these
very,
days,
very
aren't
popular. I have a few French bits, so that's quite fun. This is like a powder puff.
Let's have a look
Again,
at that.
That's really sweet, and it's marked with the French.
Where did you find that one?
Again, in a little market stall. I love, rummaging around. So it's finding the bits that actually appeal to me, and it's in very good order. It's not broken.
So part of the fun, in fact, let's agree, all of the fun is the hunting.
Yes, it is. Like bargain hunting, or going up to car boots and finding, and if you're not sure, buying it on a whim and then doing the research, a bit like with this.
Yes.
Which is probably my most expensive thing in the cabinet.
How much is he? How much is
That's-
Robbie
I
Burns?
have 120 on this
I think
one.
he's wonderful.
But he's very unusual in the sense that it's small, and I've got down here, what did I have on the date on it? I did my research, so I reckoned if this artist, they got 1902, but obviously it's a copy from something else because he'd been long dead by then. But in fact, the chap who bought it in 1999, but that was in a job lot, so maybe, and the artist died in 1916. It didn't say whether he was part of the First World War death or...
Well, it is a good find, and we have lots of viewers in Scotland.
Yes, we do.
So you never know. There you go.
This is very special, and it's got the original back on, so I kept the original back on, but the way it was before, you couldn't see any of that. That was hidden.
That is lovely.
So to find that in there was like a real little treasure pot.
But the good thing with Robbie Burns is that he's popular all around the world.
And yes, I saw something the other day in Antiques Roadshow, which has been taped, and it was something that they found, this statue
I saw that.
underneath a compost heap
In
and
Durban.
They bought it, and they cleaned it, and they bought it back, and they spent hundreds on it, and then they bought it back to Ayrshire or wherever, his home, and it was 15 or 20,000
Yeah,
pounds.
there you
I
go.
think it was cold pressed bronze or something like that. So-
Well, expect lots of people getting in touch and wanting to buy your Robbie Burns.
No, that's great. I find it fascinating. My most precious things that perhaps I'm sad to bring is all the little mice and things with the cross. This is beautiful again. It's perfect. The cross swords, and this lovely detail on here, and the gold. Little bit of damage on that.
Now, you
gold.
say you're sad about those. Why?
Well, I just want to keep them, but I think it's you have to put forward. You have to see, and if it doesn't go, then I'll take it away. And I mean, this is signed. It's got 19 on it, and it's hand painted. It's not a transfer.
Isn't that lovely?
I'm sad in the sense.
Can I just see the cross swords there? Because
Yes,
the
certainly.
cross swords were Meissen. You must have researched this as well.
I did, and that one.
And they vary greatly, don't they?
They do.
By looking at that cross sword, what would you say? Mid 19th century?
Yes, I put that on here.
Have you?
Yes, I put it at mid 19th century at £28.
£28?
This-
That's a bargain. This gentleman's going to buy it. Well, lovely to see you anyway.
Thank you so much, and thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to Somerset and Taunton.